Hey guys, welcome back. Um, so today I'm gonna try to keep it short again. So I've been reading this book and I was reading it this morning and there was something that kind of stood out for me and it got me thinking and I was just kind of like reflecting on it. I'm just gonna read you. Um, It's saying we must study our mistakes and motives from the past and identify what's in our power to change and let go of those things that aren't in our power to change. And, you know, I guess it just got me thinking, okay, well, what are some mistakes? I initially thought of like the serenity prayer. Um, Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's that wisdom to know the difference part that always trumps me. Um, so what came up for me, the three big things that came up for me were expectations, um, pleasing others, and comparing. Um, so I've gotten a lot better at the expectations part. In the past, that was a big thing for me, um, which led me to disappointment and disillusionment and um, I guess just kind of bitterness and so that's not that expectations won't get you to that place of joy or like happiness or I mean if anything you'll feel relieved because yes like um, somebody exceeded your expectations or met that expectation or the event or the situation or the outcome you know so it's so yeah it can be relieving when it's met but to I guess to put all that energy and focus on wanting it to come out a certain way or wanting someone to be a certain way um, that's just it's draining it's very draining emotionally and mentally um and then when it doesn't come out how you expect it um or it the event or that person or the outcome kind of falls short of what you had in mind right um you're disappointed right so in being disappointed you miss out on that something else that grew from that, right? Or you miss out on I don't know how to explain it. Like obviously there was a different outcome, right? So or so there has to be like beauty in that outcome, right? There was a reason that it happened the way that it happened, that it unfolded the way that it unfolded, and in regards to people, um, we focus on that one quality or they fell short on this one thing and it's like what about everything else you know what about all the other magical things about that person but no we focus on that thing that we were expecting about them expecting them to do expecting them to react expecting them um, um, to be right um, that we miss out on all the other awesomeness about them, so that's the thing with expectations. Um, it just more than often you're not enjoying everything else that's being unveiled to you because you're so focused on that one thing that didn't happen, you know. So you're kind of closing yourself in and shutting yourself out from all the other possibilities, right? Or you're shutting yourself out from the light in any given situation or from any person. Learned that. Still have to remind myself of that. You know, I still catch myself doing that. So it's constant reminders, you know. The next one is pleasing others. So for me, it's pleasing others. I tend to put, especially my family, I tend to put what they think is best for me first, you know, or not even what they think is best for me. I don't want to disappoint anybody. You know, I don't want to let anybody down. You know, pretty much. It's, you know, not to say that I'm perfect. I've let them down a plethora of times. I've let people down plenty of times. You know, so it's not to say that I haven't done that, but I'm just more conscious about it. So it's like I become like, I overthink things and you know, I tend to leave myself out of the equation, you know, and then even if I'm selfish in that moment, it's like I don't want to please them, or I don't, you know what I mean? I just want to do what makes me happy. While I'm doing that thing, I'm still thinking about whether or not, like, man, you know, like, I know they're not gonna like this, or you know what I mean. So it's still in my head. So I'm doing what I want to do, but then in my head, I'm just kind of like, man, I know that they're not liking this, and so I'm not really enjoying what it is that's making me happy, you know. So it kind of defeats the purpose, you know, in a sense. I'm working on that. I'm becoming better at that. You know. So yeah, it's number 2, and 3 is comparing. I've definitely become better at that. I still do that. I mean, yeah, still do that. You know, but once again, it's reminders. So it's just catching yourself while you're doing it, like when you're doing that, and just kind of like, you know, like I just think of The Simpsons. Homer Simpson, you know, like it's just a so it's just like, you know, when you catch yourself, it's just like I have a Homer Simpson moment, and and yeah, it's just that, you know, but comparing. So I would compare myself to others. So for me, the big thing for me was, you know, am I ever really gonna be good enough? You know, like for somebody. Because there's always going to be that one person that's, you know, I just feel so stupid saying this. I'm not stupid, but I just feel, you know, I feel stupid saying this. Like, there's always going to be that one person that's like, you know, better looking than you, or like is funnier than you, is, you know, more positive than you, has a better personality, you know, is, I don't know, like, talks better. I mean, I definitely don't talk great. Look, I always like pause and like, but like, doesn't ramble, or I don't know, now I'm just being awkward, but like, you know, better looking, you know, more confident, more outgoing, you know. There's just always, I mean, hello, and duh, it makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just going back to what you know, we spoke about, you know, and I forgot which video, but it's like recognizing that there is nobody else in this world that's exactly like you, you know? There's nobody out there like Barbara. There's nobody out there like you, you know? I am who I am, and physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, there's no copy out there, you know? I am unique in that way. And whoever I cross paths with, that's who they're gonna get, and they're never gonna meet somebody like me, you know? And that's, I'm okay with that. You know, I'm learning to be okay with that, because you know what? Like, you think about it, it's like, I'm pretty badass, you know? And I mean, that's pretty badass. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like to say it's their loss, and I don't like to say that, because it just, yeah, I don't like to say that. But like, in a sense, you know, I feel like we each come into each other's lives for a reason, and even if it's for a moment in time, that look, or them noticing me not looking up, or me noticing them um, smiling, you know, not directly at me, but just smiling, you know, it quickly I think, wow, I wonder what they're smiling about, you know, um, you know, simple things like that. And you know, so yeah, so comparing, yes, I still do it, you know, guilty. Expectations, yes, guilty. Pleasing others, yes, guilty, you know, but um, instead of dwelling on it and focusing on that negative, you know, like the thing that I don't have enough of, or um, or me just doing things or not doing things to please others. You know what I mean? I'm just more mindful of it now. So when it comes up for me, I just have a Homer Simpson moment and shake it off and move on. You know, it's like, okay, that's it. You know, like, stop. You know, so it's just kind of, it's that, and just recognizing your worth. Like, okay, say some affirmations. For me anyways, I say some affirmations like, I'm good, I'm beautiful, I'm awesome, I'm unique, I am magical, you know, I'm enough, and that's it, you know, and you have to believe that, like, and I know you don't believe it right away. That's my grandma, and I know you don't believe it right away, but trust me, it you know, when you get your thinking changing, like your thought patterns, and at least the recognition of what it is that you're thinking, and being aware of that, and having Homer moments, um, you'll start believing it slowly but surely. Just don't give up on yourself. You know, keep at it, and that's what I do. You know what I mean? I have to keep at it, and that's what I'm doing. Um, and then the other aspect, just looking at the time, but the other aspect is, you know, so okay, so like knowing the things you have to change about yourself, and so the wisdom to know the difference, right? Between the things you can change and the things you cannot change. Um, you know, like some things I have no control over. I have no control over wanting people to change. You know, wanting somebody to be a particular way. That right? That's a form of expectation. You know, so that right there, have to let go of that. You know, So, you know, but for example, for me, it's like, okay, well, why didn't somebody stay? You know, like why didn't, um, you know, in regards to like relationship, like why did they leave? You know, was it something I did? What didn't I do? What did I do? You know, it's the questioning and the doubting. When there's nothing to question, nothing to doubt. You know, it was their choice to walk away, and they walked away. And you know, like you have to recognize that, you know, you did all that you could, or like I did all that I could. Um, I did the best that I could with what I knew, you know, and if that person isn't willing to grow with you and to, yeah, to grow with you, then you know, I think it's safe to say, you know, it's better that it's better that they walked away, or it's better that they left, or it's better that they're not in your life. You know, at this point, it's like, you know, I'm feeding soul and I'm feeding love, so I need a squad that's gonna support that. I need a squad that's gonna support growth and growth from that place, you know, from that place that dwells within, from love. And yeah, like happy, healthy, loving life. I need, and that happy, healthy, loving life, not coming from ego, coming from soul, coming from spirit, coming from love, you know, coming from that timeless, infinite place and space that dwells within, you know, and that's it, you know. I guess the things you don't understand, or the things that you yourself don't have answers to, you know, when you run out of reasons, when you exhaust yourself, um, it's like, okay, I'm exhausting myself, and for what? You know, what is it bringing me? You know, um, I guess that's when you know you have to let it go, and sometimes you don't recognize that you have to let it go. You know, it takes time for you to recognize that one thing that you have to let go of, and you know, and but sooner or later, I think we all, I would hope anyways, that we recognize, you know, that we distinguish between what we can change, or we have the wisdom to distinguish between the things we can change and the things we cannot change. Um, but it does take like self-reflection and just taking the time to dig into the root of who you are, you know, and what it is you want to create for yourself, the kind of life you want to create for yourself. And I know timing has a big thing to do with it, you know, like that's why it's like, you know, people come into your lives at specific moments. You know, the whole reason, season, or lifetime, there's a lot of truth in that. It becomes, that truth becomes more real for me, I guess, or it has become more real for me as I grew up, you know. And maybe it's just become the level of understanding has just become deeper, but it definitely holds its truth. I hope I didn't ramble. I'm sorry if I did. I'm trying to think if I got everything out. I think I did. Anyways, thank you for listening. Once again, like, it's a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. You know, just remember Homer Simpson. I guess, you know, that'll put a smile on your face. You know, it'll definitely put a smile on my face. I just kind of thought of that now, anyways. That I do have those Homer Simpson moments. But yeah, thank you for listening. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And we'll be speaking soon. Thanks for tuning in. Lots of, infinite peace and love. And yeah, stay blessed. Thank you.